How are you? We're doing great. We're at the Rock Hall, and big time's coming up. Look at those guys behind us. It's like they're going to be here, Bob.
We've got a great reason to be here. We're getting a sneak preview of the Rolling Stones exhibit, which opens up on May 24th, and we're going to be broadcasting Wills and Snyder live on May 24th right here at the Rock Hall.
Yes, we are. We already got a little sneak preview. They're going to have everything from Keith Richards' guitars, Mick Jagger, all kinds of clothes that they wore from their concerts, all these concerts that they did way back when. Time is on our side, Bob.
We're going to, outstanding, and we're going to have a lot of
We'll give you satisfaction, that's right.
Me too.
Very good.
We're going to talk to the movers and shakers of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Museum, and we're going to be giving you the latest on the developments here and all of the exhibits, but especially the Rolling Stones on display starting on May 24th. We'll broadcast live 5 to 9 on Wills and Snyder in the morning.
And things that have never seen before from Magnificent Mick and the Stones That Roll.
And you know what? Our friend Action Jackson from our sister station, WMJI, got an even better look behind the scenes. Check this out.
When I first got here to the Rock Hall, they said, everything is still under wraps. They're not going to let us see too much of the Rolling Stones exhibit. I said, you got to show me something. And so I talked with my man, Howard here. Howard Kramer, how are you?
Doing fine. Good to see you.
Your official title here at the Rock Hall?
Curatorial Director of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I made him tell me that because I knew I was going to screw up the title.
It's a jawbreaker. It's a real jawbreaker.
So you said you've been nice enough to let us see at least a couple of things from this exhibit because the rest of it's still being put together.
Yeah,
right?
the guys are hard at work right now, literally installing the exhibit to get it done in time. We have literally hundreds of artifacts. I think there's 299 that are being installed in this exhibit, and we have very little time. But these have yet to go up, so I was able to pull them out of storage and bring this one to show you.
I was amazed by this. This is actually a prototype?
This was given to Brian Jones by Vox Guitars. Vox Amplifiers actually went into the guitar business. They're an English company, and the Stones were up and coming, and they gave this teardrop-shaped guitar to Brian Jones to play, and this became one of his main stage instruments. Visually, is probably one of the most associated with him was this particular guitar. It's currently owned by the Hard Rock Cafe International. They were kind enough to loan it to us. They loaned us actually this and another guitar. But we're very thankful that we were able to get this. I mean, this is about as emblematic of the early Stones as you can possibly.
Sure, and probably very familiar to people that saw them on the Ed Sullivan Show. You said he played it there, correct?
At least 2 different Sullivan Show performances, yes.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. And you can just see when he pulled it out of the case, you can just see. It automatically says 60s, and I'm like, what year? That was the first words out of my mouth. This come out was 64, right?
64, yeah.
And that was the year after they really kind of broke in England, and then eventually over here because the British invasion started about that year.
Certainly. Yeah.
So, and then you had one other thing that you wanted to show.
Yeah, well, the other thing we showed you was it's a questionnaire. The band was given by their fan club president. Series of fan club questionnaires, kind of like frequently asked questions. And this one, it was filled out by Mick Jagger. So this one was filled out by Mick Jagger in late 63, early 64, with his date of birth, his height, color of his eyes, the usual type of, what are your favorite songs?
Wow, what a surprise. Under likes, I see girls is the first thing there. You notice that?
Girls, eating, and clothes. Well, he's been consistent his entire life.
Very. He hasn't eaten enough, though, apparently. But
he works it off. First public engagement, Marquee Club. I mean, favorite band, the Stones, Booker T, and the MGs. That's very interesting, Booker T and the MGs. A singer likes an instrumental group.
Yeah,
think about that.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Stones, of course, the first one there as well. So always self-promoting, but pretty amazing.
And we actually have them for all 5 members of the band, and these will all 5 be on exhibit in the Rolling Stones 50 Years of Satisfaction.
Now, since we can't actually see any more of the exhibit, what is it about the exhibit, as a curatorial director, got it right, what has really shocked you the most or surprised you the most that we can look forward to see there? Is there something, one piece of memorabilia that made you just go, phew?
Well, I like posters a lot, and there's a poster from 1963 when they were a band at a club called the Ricky Tick. The Ricky Tick wasn't an actual nightclub, it was a promoted club. They played at this bar. And it's one of the most beautiful posters I've ever seen. I love posters. I've seen thousands of great rock and roll posters. Right. This is hands down one of the most beautiful posters I've ever seen in my life, and that one just knocked me back on my butt. We have a tendency to get some really great stuff. And I don't want to sound jaded, but I think we did it again in terms of getting some of the best available things you can show from the Rolling Stones.
2.5 floors full of memorabilia
And artifacts.
artifacts,
yes.
and things that people have never, ever seen before.
Yeah.
Unbelievable stuff.
That's-
Thank
that's
you
true.
so much for showing us at least these two things.
Boom.
And we will.
Boom.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah, got the
we
gloved hand. You don't go
want
shaking
my
the gloved hand.
DNA on anything around here. So, and remember, May 24th, the official date over Memorial Day weekend. We will be here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame the day before that, doing a live broadcast on Magic. Thanks very much.
Thank you guys for coming.
50 years of satisfaction, open for almost a year till next March.